Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, and this is the channel where we explain it so you don't have to. Game of Thrones is set to showcase its big battle between the Night King's forces and the newly formed Union of Westeros in the upcoming episode. Naturally, anticipation is at a fever pitch right now, and fans are eagerly waiting to see which one of the Starks will make it out of the showdown. Please be Tony, please be Tony, please be Tony. However, there is another theory floating about that says we might actually be getting back a long dead member of the family during the battle, and throughout this video I'll be breaking down all of the evidence that supports that. There may be some spoilers here, so if you want to go into the episode as blind as possible, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. With that out the way, huge thank you for clicking the video. I hope you enjoy it. Now let's get into my breakdown of the Ned's Not Dead theory. The big battle between the White Walkers and Jon Snow's forces is about to begin, and whilst the citizens of Westeros are apparently tucked away safely in the crypts of the city, there's a big flaw in that plan. Our heroes seem to have forgotten that the Whites, namely the Night King, have the ability to raise the dead, and therefore this is probably a worse hiding place than the one Saddam Hussein picked in the Iraq War. The Starks have ruled Westeros for 8,000 years, so potentially there are a countless number of corpses stuffed away in their crypts that could add a legion of undead to fight for the Night King. Stark has long been theorised to be returning to the show, and this seems like the perfect opportunity to bring him back to prove that Sean Bean doesn't always die for good. So what evidence is there to support this? Well, in the promo trailer for the upcoming episode, there's a moment where Daenerys tells Jon, "The dead are already here." This of course signifies that there are hundreds of corpses within the city walls, and therefore the Night King, he doesn't even need to send his army in. Vladimir Furdik, who plays the Night King, also recently teased a resurrection scene in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. There's a moment in Hardhome when Jon Snow was on the boat and the Night King looked at him and raised his arms. There's a similar and even stronger moment between Jon and the Night King this time. Could this perhaps confirm that the Night King will fly over the city and raise the dead? To me, yes. Remember, he doesn't even need to touch a corpse to reanimate it, so this could potentially be the method that he uses to destroy the city from the inside out. The last two episodes of the season have been about bringing people together for pleasant reunions, so this new release could focus on nightmare ones. We won't know for sure until it's out, but even George R.R. Martin has referenced the undead rising from the tomb in the book A Game of Thrones. In that story, Martin had Jon Snow have a nightmare in which he saw his dead family members rise from the crypt in the following paragraph. Last night he had dreamt the Winterfell dream again. He was wandering the empty castle, searching for his father, descending into the crypts. Only this time the dream had gone further than before. In the dark he'd heard the scrape of stone on stone. When he turned, he saw that the vaults were opening one after the other. As the dead kings came stumbling from their cold black graves, Jon had woken in the pitch dark, his heart hammering. This would be an amazing Easter egg for fans of the source material, and it would be brilliant to see a return of all the family members for this big reunion. Of course, Ned doesn't have a head anymore. I call him No Head Ned back from the dead, by the way, at the moment. But I can't really see him providing much of a threat because of that. But the rest of the family, on the other hand, could be terrifying, and this would explain why Arya looks so scared in the trailers. Obviously, we will find out next week if this is the case, but in the meantime, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the theory and if you think it'll happen. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you check out my breakdown on everything you need to know about the Night King, which will be linked at the end. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Definition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. You've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.